in my opinion.
We have this new mysterious play now that we posted recently on Twitter because we don't want to, we're so fearful of giving away edge, but it's the best play we've had in our entire career.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Cobra Trading Channel. Today's gonna be a special day because we have two special guests. It's the Shunk brothers. They're systematic traders, have been trading for quite some time. You need to follow them on Twitter if you haven't already. But welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Always good to be here.
Hey, I love following you guys because you guys post so often, so frequently, and you always always focus on your systems. But I'd really like to know how important it is to you to build a team, because I know you guys built a team.
Yeah. It's really important to build a close-knit team. I mean, depending on how big it is up to you. But having a team that's on the same goals as you to find edges, share data, share ideas with each other, work on it together. Everyone's going to analyze things a little bit differently, and I've noticed that incredibly well in the system trading world.
Yeah.
System traders, I see people analyzing things sometimes. I'm like, even you're like, what are they doing, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's why it's good to have different minds to analyze things in different ways, and then share that with each other, and then back test and correct each other. You know, it's like it's like checking each other's work almost, and then it's really key.
Do you feel like there's ever been times where you were hesitant to kind of sharing with each other, opening that door, you know what I'm saying? That's
so funny. It's very true. At very first, you're probably going to think, I don't want to share my edge, right? Like, I worked so hard to find it. I don't want to just give this away and all that. And I felt that at first when I met my buddy, Calvin. And we were both hesitant to share anything with each other, but we did it anyways. He knows how to code. Yep. I don't know how to code. So he can pull data for me. I'm really good at analyzing. He's good at analyzing too, but I guess he hasn't been, his real value is more of the coding. His analysis, he hasn't found as much success as I have. So we really match each other really well.
Yep.
Chris is pretty good at analyzing too. So finally I opened everything up to Calvin, he opened everything up to me, and I showed him how I analyze things, and it was so different than how he was doing it. And so we were just he was like, okay, I'm gonna feed you data, you analyze it. And then I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna analyze it, and then we're gonna give it my brother, and he's gonna analyze it. And then we got two people analyzing it, and then he'll correct my mistakes, I'll correct his mistakes, and it's just a really good flowing team.
Yeah, I wonder, Chris, real quick, have you ever, is there something that you've noticed that each analyzer kind of picks up on, they're really good at picking up on this? If maybe you're questioning entries, and maybe this isn't the case, but if you're questioning entries, but you're like, oh, I know my brother's good at really analyzing to find the best entry, where I'm really good at analyzing to find X. You know, have you found that in y'all's, repertoire working together?
I think what usually happens, in the beginning, Evan was working close with Calvin, and Evan would come up with an idea, Calvin would pull the data, and then we would all do detailed analysis on the data. Evan was really good at coming up with all the general ideas for a system, and then I felt like my strength was getting in just dissecting the data to a more extreme point than other people.
And update it even.
Yeah. So that was sort of the balance. That was sort of the balance for a while. Only recently did I start. Once I partnered up with Spike Eat, and we did this promotion. I started using them way more than I did in the past, and now I've been able to find some new things on my own, and then it'll be the inverse. I'll pull something, I'll send it to Evan, and then Evan will do some more extreme analysis.
And then I'll take it to Calvin, and then we'll pull that data on Polygon and make sure it matches. Because sometimes Spike Eat and Polygon will have 5, maybe 10% differences in the data.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that it's the same on both system sets, both data sets, I mean. And so now he'll find something on Spike Eat, and then we'll confirm it on Polygon.
So we're basically using two data sources now, Spike Eat and Polygon, and
so we use them both, and we want to make sure they're both matching.
Yeah.
How often are you trying to create a new strategy? Is that something you're always trying to do? Is it just I got my strategies?
Whenever you get an idea, I mean, whenever you're walking down the street and you think, oh, maybe I should try that. It happens all the time. Yeah.
What he discovered recently makes me just realize there's so many edges probably in data that we don't even know about yet, and they're just waiting to be discovered. in my opinion.
We have this new mysterious play now that we posted recently on Twitter because we don't want to. We're so fearful of giving away edge, but it's the best play we've had in our entire career.
I just believe in it so much, and I just don't want any crowd getting to it. I want to take advantage of it as much as I can. It's the truth.
Yeah, maybe after a couple of years we can bring it up.
So far, it's starting good. It's still new for us, so we're enjoying the money we're making now, and
without the crowd,
there's no need to overcrowd it.
Crowd. I mean,
no, people know about it for sure. I know for a fact people are aware of this. We just don't want to bring any more attention to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, guys, I appreciate y'all so much being here. Just real quickly, where can people find you on Twitter?
Oh, find me at eshunk8 at Twitter.
And then Chris?
Chris_sunk.
There you go. Well, thanks again, brothers.
Yeah. Good. Always good to be